What's going on, Wacky Cat? This is a audio only video. We'll put my face back on the camera soon, but I'm just doing straight audio for right now. Listen, WWE 2K24, I'm getting excited about it every single day now. From the news of what's happening with the real product of the WWE. Words on the street, rumor has it, far as roster is concerned, far as the real product, which can translate to the video game, is Bubba Ray and Devon Dudley. The Dudley boys have signed somewhat of a contract, a legend deal, a legend contract, which has me thinking to the video game side. Could they possibly make their return back into WWE games? You bet your bottom dollar they probably most likely will. I'm predicting that they will. We haven't had the Dudley boys in the game of a long time, and just to have that name in 2K24, if it happens, this is just speculation, but it's a positive speculation. It's going to, the feel of the game is going to be more nostalgic. And let's talk about the other possible person, superstar that's going to be in 2K24 now. We all saw Survivor Series. We all saw him. CM Punk is back in the WWE, appears to be. CM Punk back in 2K24. Oh my gracious. You talking about hype. You're talking about nostalgia. This is going to be perfect. The roster, just those three names alone has me super optimistic about the roster. And I think it's going to be more of a Legends based DLC. Now, the Dudley boys and CM Punk, I don't believe they're going to be, if they're in the game 2K24, they're not going to be default superstars. I think they're going to be DLC, like the DLC packs like we had with 2K22 and 2K23. And the reason I'm saying that is because I think they may be late entries to the game. Maybe their models or their characters may not be all the way done. You got to give these developers a certain time frame, a heads up of who's going to be signed or who you want to, so I think that may be a situation here. Hey, and if we're doing that, I'm liking these DLCs. If that's the case, I mean, tons of legends. I'm predicting, and I'm hoping. I hope it's just not wishful thinking here, because with the 2K23, the DLC was more NXT superstars. I think, in newer NXT superstars. I think the NXT superstars that we got in 2K23's DLC are going to obviously be the main superstars in the base game. You really don't have too many, because I don't really watch a lot of NXT at all, but you really don't have too many new NXT superstars to put in a new DLC. You see what I'm saying? So 2K24, I believe, is just going to be a bunch of legends and maybe a few here and there NXT superstars. I'm going to do some more research here and see if there's any other legends that have signed a legend deal. Now, this legend, if I'm not, I may be pronouncing the term wrong, but this legend contract, it doesn't have necessarily anything to do with the game, but I believe it does have something to do with putting them in the game. But it deals with other aspects of that superstar or wrestler or team. So I'm getting excited about 2K24's roster alone. I did make a video talking about a little bit of the game mechanics, but if you can get us excited about the roster, that's all you have to do. I mean, we'll buy the game by the roster alone. Now, I did hear rumors of creation suites may be dialed back, stuff may be dialed back for whatever reason. Yeah, I don't know, but and then you got to think about this now too. Now the doors open for who's going to be the covered wrestler on 2K24, because now my number one prediction was Randy Orton, and then my second one was Roman Reigns. But now you can put CM Punk in the mix, but I don't think they're going to give CM. I mean, I don't know if they're going to put CM Punk. I don't know if they're going to go that far to put him on the cover that early. You know, he just came back, and the game's supposedly supposed to come out around March. Listen, I honestly think 2K should have multiple superstars on their cover instead of just one athlete, one wrestler. But it looks like to me the direction, because look at the past covers, and we're talking about the covers of 2K, WWE. The last two covers was Legends. It was Rey Mysterio for 2K22, and then it was John Cena for 2K23. 2K24, I think they're going to go with another legend, and I think they're going to go for Randy Orton. They're going for the legends now. They're not going for they already did Stone Cold, The Rock. Now we got different legends now. Now our legends in this new era of wrestling is John Cena, is Randy Orton, is Batista, is Rey Mysterio. After that, then you can start, and then you can put Roman Reigns. I don't think at first my imagination was running wild, saying they're gonna put maybe Drew McIntyre. I don't think they're not gonna go that route. They're going to put they're trying to market these 2K games with the biggest superstar ever. The Undertaker could be on the cover, even though he was on past covers. The Undertaker is a super go-to. Listen, I know a lot of you don't like this guy, this superstar, but Goldberg, I wonder if he's gonna still be in the game, because he's no longer with the WWE. I don't know. They had rumors of him going to AEW. Edge. Now that Edge is with AEW. See, that's another thing too. We gotta realize too. The superstars that went to AEW, and there's quite a few. Well, it's not a whole bunch of them, but they're not going to be no longer in 2K24. That was in 2K23, like Edge. Now I don't know if they can bypass that and still put that superstar in the game, but I seriously doubt Edge is in 2K24. It'd be cool if they put Chris Jericho. They didn't put Ric Flair in 2K23, if I'm not mistaken. Is Ric Flair in 2K23? Because he went to AEW for a brief stint. You see what I'm saying? So maybe Ric Flair. I believe Ric Flair, because I don't think he's with AEW right now. I think he retired. So now that he's retired, I think he's going to come back in 2K24. Ric Flair. I think 2K, WWE 2K, and WWE want to put their legends, every legend they want to in the game. But if they're at their competition, a rivalry company, at the time, they don't want to do that. That will cause too much controversy. There's probably a bunch of red tape, a bunch of legal ramifications going on. If you possibly, I don't know. That's a speculation, but you don't even want to do that. I mean, listen, man. I wish Christian was in 2K24. I wish Chris Jericho was in 2K24. I wish the Big Show was in 2K24. But that's not going to happen if they're in AEW. Now, listen, we do know this. Cody Rhodes is in AEW Fight Forever, an AEW game. They released AEW Fight Forever, and Cody Rhodes end up on 2K23 and AEW Fight Forever. So obviously, some of you may say, well, they had the excuse they was already developing the game, had the game in development before Cody Rhodes went over to WWE. But if you can still do that, see, here's the thing: is it ego or is it legal action, or you got to pay that wrestler that's at it? If they can just go ahead and just if there's no problem with doing it, just put Chris Jericho back in the wrestling game. Put Chris Jericho back in 2K, WWE 2K. If Chris Jericho's fine with it, put him back. Put Edge in the game. If all the superstars that went over, if you can, but then again, AEW might have a problem with it. See, we gotta understand that, because they'd be like, wait a minute, you putting our superstar that we have, but then again, you taking the WWE superstars and I'm going on a tangent, but that would be so cool if they put like this. I don't think there was ever a wrestling game that had every single superstar wrestler that I've ever loved in one game. I think the closest one was 2K19. 2K19 had one of the best rosters in the whole franchise, because it had so many superstars personally that I love. It had Edge, it had Goldberg, it had Mark Henry. Now it didn't have CM Punk, but you see what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to make a wrestling game with all the wrestlers that you love. I mean, of course, the NXT superstars, the newer wrestlers. So I know some of you saying, listen, why do you keep saying superstars? I just call them wrestlers. Well, I'm so used to calling them superstars now. The WWE wants you to call them superstars. I call them wrestlers. Sometimes I call them superstars. But yeah, anyway, that's all I got to say about that. I don't want to make this video too long. I'm Wacky Cat. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, because there's going to be more speculations. There's going to be more realizations as we continue this journey to 2K24. Where can it lead us? I'm excited to find out. Well, anyway, Wacky Cat, like, subscribe, and I'm out.